Hey everyone, Mad About Minifigs here. It has been quite a while. I'm very happy to be back. I'm going to try to be posting content every week for the rest of the year. Just one video a week, and if it's not a video on here, then I'll definitely have some sort of content up on my Instagram, so definitely go check that out. It is at Mad About Minifigs. I will link it in the description below. But welcome. Today I am going to be showing you the advent calendar I did previously this last December on my Instagram. In case you missed it, and putting all the figures together, I decided to do a Monster High theme, and I have well over 25 characters. I think I have close to 30, 32 maybe, something around there. So stick around and let's get into it. Okay, so the first figure we have here is Draculaura. She is my personal favorite, or one of my two favorites, and I've just always loved vampires, so that's why I love Draculaura so much. I really enjoyed doing this one. I wasn't sure when I drew it that I was going to make the entire series for Advent, but I found it really fun to draw Monster High characters as Lego, and therefore this moment sparked the whole series. So I hope you like her. I'll just say now, make sure to remember which one of my figures is your favorite, so that at the end you can comment down below which one you liked best. Next up here we have Frankie Stein, and with this one I wanted to feature my favorite thing about her Monster High doll, which was that her hand came out, which, yes, all of the Monster High's dolls' hands came apart so you could change them, but I liked this particular feature of the Barbie doll because in the show Frankie's hand can just like walk around on its own, kind of like thing in Wednesday, so that was demonstrated here. My third figure here is the last of the main trio. It is Claudine Wolf, and this one was actually a lot of fun to draw because integrating the hair and the ears just seemed like it should be an existing Lego piece. Like it looked so fitting for me. So let me know if you agree. Figure 4 was Cleo Denial. I loved how this one turned out. Just the color scheme is so great. I wish that Lego and Mattel were not rival companies, and that Monster High was not owned by Mattel, because that prevents us from having what could be one of the best translations into Lego. Monster High as Lego would give us so many new colors and pieces that you may not know that you want, but you do want it, trust me. On day 5 we had Laguna Blue. I love Laguna, and I really don't like that in G3 they turned her character pink. I loved her classic blue. Her last name is literally blue, so I had a lot of fun doing this one with her hair especially. I used the Poison Ivy hair from the Lego Batman movie and changed the colors. One thing I don't like about the figure is the hat. I hate Laguna's hat already, and trying to translate that into Lego was extremely hard. Figure 6, we have Ghoulia Yelps. I also enjoyed doing this one quite a lot. There's a lot of funky patterns, and the color scheme again is really great. That's one thing I really love about Monster High. And then this was the first one I did with glasses, if not the only one. Can't remember. But yeah, I love how this one turned out. Figure 7 is Abby Abominable, and I also really enjoyed doing this one. not only for the funky pattern on her dress, but because her skin is completely glittery. I loved her doll because of the pure glittery skin that she had, and that was a bit of a challenge to do on the drawing program that I use, but I think it turned out amazing. For figure 8, here we have Spectra Vondergeist, and out of all of them that I've done, I personally felt like this one was one of my worst. However, the people I've talked to personally about this figure say it's their favorite because of the transparency. I did like throwing that in there. That was another feature I loved about Spectra's doll, was how as her body went lower, her skin became more and more transparent. Figure number 9, and one that I found personally to be one of the best I've done, is Operetta. She's my sister's favorite Monster High character, so I really wanted to capture a really great translation of that into Lego for her, and I think I did a great job. That hairpiece, I'm in love with it. Alrighty, figure 10 is Caddy Noir, and this is the outfit that she wears, I think, in 13 Wishes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I struggled a little bit with this one, trying to get like that pop star essence, but I think it turned out really nice. So I said that Draculaura was my favorite, and she is, but my other all-time favorite is Scara Scream. I just think she is so beautiful and soft-spoken, and I love that about her. She was really fun to do, especially because she has no pupils. Figure 12, and a total missed opportunity to be figure 13. I regretted it the moment I posted it, but I was only working on them daily, is Gigi Grant. So 13 Wishes, I really wish I had done it the next day, but I hadn't, and I think I actually really love this one. It turned out way better than I could have hoped, and I'd say it's one of the favorites that I've done for this series. Figure 13 was a tricky one. It was Skeleta Calaveras, and as she is just bone, like her doll isn't even made the same way as a regular Monster High doll, I did struggle translating that into Lego. Thankfully, there are skeleton pieces that exist that I could translate that into. I was Skeleta Calaveras one year for Halloween, so I hold this character close to my heart, and I love how she turned out. Figure 14 was another really enjoyable one to do, which is Rochelle Goyle. Thankfully, Lego already has these like gargoyle wing pieces. I know that I don't think they're used for gargoyles, but they look exactly like gargoyle wings. So I had a lot of fun designing this one, especially with like all the patterning and cracks on the stone. That was really enjoyable, and her really intricate skirt pattern was also pretty fun to challenge. Day 15 brought us our first boy, and I think a lot of people were really excited to see that. Some people were worried that I was not going to feature any of the boys in this series, but I was just saving them till last as a big hurrah at the end. However, I did sprinkle a few through the middle. So this is Hoodoo to Voodoo, another really fun one to turn into Lego, as the doll of him is actually a plush. So designing this was a little bit challenging, but again, I like how it turned out. The 16th figure and second male character was Heath Burns. I loved doing the little fire patterns on his clothes, and his hair was pretty fun to do as well. Figure number 17 was Twyla Boogeyman, and I love her color scheme, so this one was really fun to do. Figure 18 was another challenge, but another enjoyable challenge. Iris Klops, as she only has one eye. It was a little tricky to figure out the proportioning that a Lego character with one eye would have, but I love how she turned out. On the 19th, we had Meowldy, Persephone, and Toralei Stripe. I couldn't do any of these ones on their own. They come as a package trio, and also these were some of my favorites. They just looked so perfect to me, like their translation from werecat doll to werecat minifigure just looked so right. With 5 more days left, we had another multi-figure day. Day 20 had Jackson Jekyll and Holt Hyde again, as they're the same person, just 2 different personalities of that person. I had to put them together, and I love how they turned out. Day 21, we have Venus McFlytrap, and I regretfully do not like how this one turned out. Just the way her mouth looks. I know her doll has fangs like that. I just don't like how it translated into my figure personally, even though I love Venus. She's one of my favorite characters, so I'm a little disappointed with this one, but let me know what you think down below. I took a big risk with this next one, but for day 22, I tried to conquer Manny Tor, and Manny has a really unique face shape, unlike all of the other Monster Highs where he actually has a bull head. So I referenced a Lego bull head shape and tried to work with it. Now, some people have said it turned out really well. I'm not sure about that. I think it looks super cursed, but you know, I tried my best and he was still featured in this series, which was what I wanted. Day 23, I did Jennifer Long, and I think she is a severely underrated character. She is so beautiful. She has an amazing color scheme. And I read this like Monster High chapter book series that was all about her, Rebecca, Venus, and who else? Like Widona Spider and Rochelle Goyle. I don't know what it was called, but I loved it. And she's just such a sweet and fiery character. So I was really glad to include her in this series. Regretfully, figure number 24 is Rebecca Steam. Now, this is a severely unpopular opinion. Like, I'm one of few, but I cannot stand Rebecca Steam, so I kept putting her off. I liked her as a kid. Okay, but rewatching the movies, which I sometimes do with my younger sister, I cannot she's so annoying. She can not go like 2 minutes without bringing up her father, Hezekiah Steam, which, by the way, I found out there's a Monster High doll, like physical doll, of Hezekiah Steam, and it is probably one of the most cursed things I have ever seen. So, yeah, that's my feelings about Rebecca, but I didn't want to leave her out. My boyfriend's sister loves Rebecca, so I had to include her. And the goggle piece on her head was fun, but yeah, I will not be drawing her again. And lastly, I could not have done this series without including our core 4 boys. We have got Slow Man or Slow Mo Mordovich, Deuce Gorgon, Gillington, Gil Weber, and Claude Wolf. These boys were really fun to do. Some of them were a bit challenging, like Deuce. I love how his glasses look, but the snakes were really frustrating, as Lego snakes come in really large size, so they look a little bit funky. But otherwise, yeah, I just loved translating these dudes into Lego. I think they look so cool, and I thought personally this would be a great way to send off the advent calendar. This was posted on Christmas, so it was kind of a final shebang. Although, let me know if you guys want to see more Monster High characters done in the future by me. I could do a series 2. There are hundreds of Monster High characters, and I left out some really cool ones that I would love to try and conquer. So if that is something you want to see, I know my followers over on Instagram were interested, but I also want to hit the YouTube crowd and see what you guys think. So please let me know that in the comments below, as well as what your favorite one was, obviously. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel and check out my previous videos.